Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amy and I'm a student at Lewis and Clark College as part of their master's program for art therapy. And for the last school year, I was given the opportunity to help facilitate the Good Samaritan Hospital pop-up open art studio alongside Margaret and Blair. And what a joy that experience was. It's really one of the things that I still dearly miss right now, especially since I didn't get the opportunity to say goodbye to all the wonderful artists and humans who I met there. And to those of you who do know me, those people, I want to take a moment to just thank you from the bottom of my heart for welcoming me into your community with so much warmth and kindness and enthusiasm for art making. I was inspired by each and every one of you every single week. Just getting to witness your creativity and your unique approach to art, seeing your ideas, slowly or quickly come to life, and getting to learn from you as you share your ideas with the rest of the open studio. I'm so excited to be able to make art with you all, and to share my idea, even if it's through a computer screen. And I really hope that this art directive brings some joy to your day, some creativity, and hopefully hope for new opportunities, as the theme of this art project really revolves around spring, and planting new seeds. So this directive that I'm bringing to you all today is called Seedling Packet, and the idea is that we're going to make our own seed packets for our own plants. This can be a plant that already exists, such as a fruit or a vegetable or a flower or an herb or a type of tree, or it can be one that you just completely imagine out of your own creativity and your own ideas. And the idea is to find a plant that resonates with you, one that feels meaningful and special to you, or maybe represents you in some sort of way. And we'll put that on the front of our packet, using any sort of colored media supplies, such as pens or paints or markers or pastels. And then on the back, we can reflect on all the information about our plant. So, what's the name of our plant? What species is it from? What meanings does it have? If it has special kind of cultural meanings. What uses does it have? Can it be, does it nourish people? Is it healing? Is it spicy? Is it, is it soothing? And then lastly, care instructions. And this part I think is really important for kind of reflecting on what our plant needs to thrive and to be well and to be happy and to grow. And then on the inside, we can create and add our little seedlings. And the idea around this is to either, use these little strips of paper. I tore up little strips of paper and wrote words on them for myself. But you can also, draw images on your pieces of paper, or you can either just find, also gather found objects like small beads or sequins or little pebbles that you paint, or little bits of fabric, or anything. Just gather those and put them into your packet. And the idea around the seeds is to bring an intention towards what do you want to cultivate in your life? What seeds do you want to plant in your life or in your community? Or maybe even what seeds have others planted in your life that you are grateful for and that you carry with you? So for your materials, you will need paper to make your packet if you're making one by hand, or your envelope if you're just doing that route, or just your piece of paper if you're just making a front and then back with care instructions. For those of you doing the full packet version, you will need to cut out a long strip of paper. I used an 11 by 14 inch piece of paper that I cut to basically hand width, but you can feel free to use a printer paper and just make a smaller size seed packet. Then you'll take your paper strip, you'll fold one end almost up to about an inch away from the top of the paper, And this last inch that you'll fold over is going to be the flap that closes your seed packet. Then you'll take tape. You can use clear tape, but I really liked using the decorative or washi tape that I have at home. It just adds a little extra color and pizzazz to the seed packet, but use what you have. You basically want to tape it so that half of the tape will go over the back half of your seed packet, and then you'll trim it off, and then you'll flip it over and basically fold that tape, the other half of it, onto the front side of your seed packet, basically creating a nice sealed edge. You'll then take the scissors and trim off that last little bit if you had a little bit of excess tape, which is totally fine. And you'll end up repeating this process for the other side of your seed packet. I decided to create an entire border around my whole seed packet, so I added some tape to the bottom, just the same way that I added it to the sides. And then I added a border for the flap that wasn't connected to the rest of the to the edges, so that way the flap wouldn't get caught when you tried to open the packet. And you just go all the way around each edge of the flap, being careful not to overlap with the bottom half of the seed packet so that it can still move freely. So for creating this plant, again, you want to bring the intention of a plant that resonates for you, that feels special and meaningful. And it can be one that already exists, or it can be one that you're making up spontaneously that maybe doesn't exist in this world. And for this, you can use any sort of media that you have on hand and that you like using. So like colored markers, colored pens, crayons, chalk, oil, pastels, even like watercolors or tempera paint sticks or acrylic paint and paint brushes. Really anything will work for this as long as you feel comfortable. So now you'll need just a writing utensil to write the name for your plant. And then you'll flip over to the back side and you can write that name again, as well as all of the care instructions that, remember, don't have to be realistic. They just have to be personal and meaningful to you. So you can write the meanings that you associate, the special uses for your plant, and the care instructions, which again focus on what does this plant need to thrive, to grow, and to feel happy in its environment. So when you're ready to create your seeds, you can do what I did, which was to hand tear little strips of paper, use an ink marker to add color, and then an ink pen to write meaningful words on them. And for me, these words represented seeds that you all had planted in my life during my time creating art with you in the open studio, and seeds that I will cherish and take with me to cultivate and plant in future art groups that I run. Then you can take the little strips of paper and you can ball them up so they actually look like seeds, which is really fun and rhythmic and soothing, and you can add them to your packet, and whenever you want you can always unfurl them again and revisit those special words. Or like I said at the beginning, you can gather your own little found objects like sequins, beads, etc. That can represent those seeds to you. So thanks again for all of you following along at home with your own seedling packets. I do wish I could see all of them. I'm sure they're so wonderful and thoughtfully crafted and unique. I hope that they brought you what you needed for today, and I hope that you all take very good care of yourselves and of each other. And maybe we'll all see each other at the open studio again someday.